GM, and welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert, the show where we discuss the latest cryptocurrency news and introduce you to the pioneers and the founders of the space. Today, I'm very kindly joined by our in-house expert trader, Mr. Blockpro. How are we doing?
Good morning, sir. I'm doing fine. How about you?
Yeah, good. Even though the market has retraced over the weekend quite a lot, coming into this week, I still feel the bullish sentiment, especially from altcoins. I think if we can hold up some ground, there's definitely a few fruitful months ahead of us if you're in the altcoin world, especially, and even if
Yeah.
you're in the trading world, there's lots of opportunity right now. We're even seeing a lot of our traders that perhaps were trading, other assets over the last few months. They're coming back to crypto now.
Yep.
Now they're seeing some patterns, and everyone's excited. Even with this retracement, there's a lot of opportunity in the market, which I'm seeing now, and our community are taking advantage of that. And definitely want to pick your brains
100%.
today, Blockpro.
No worries.
See through your vision, see what you're seeing through the charts. As always, guys, if you have any questions for Blockpro, for myself, whack them into the chat. We always like the engagement there. But yeah, you've been a busy man recently. You've been coming back over to the dark side with crypto as such as well.
Yes.
Yep. So how has the last week been for you, and what was the transition like coming back to the crypto markets as such?
Well, actually, pretty good. So what I've done is, especially when Bitcoin and Ethereum were just looking for direction, I switched to other assets like forex pairs, metals, and oil. And now in the recent weeks, well, I closed a nice Ethereum long last week
Nice.
that
Yeah.
was open for weeks. Same goes for a Bitcoin long position. So it's now slowly start to get back into basically trading to what you see. I think that Bitcoin always makes sense, or at least to me it makes sense in how you can chart it. With Ethereum, it's literally what we said a couple weeks ago. With there will just come a week where it will just start moving and it will not stop. And you will not have the time to actually get into position. And that's also what we've seen in the recent weeks. Like there was no time to get into a long position. So I think that how they have set that up, like I really like that. Because like dumping that price below the 2K mark, saying like just let people think that it is over and then just start fucking sending it. It's amazing. And the form from altcoins, I'm still very careful with what to trade. The most of the altcoin positions that I have open are swing trades. So not really looking on a daily basis from, I need to get in this position. Because that is something that I remember from last cycle. Is you have a day where it can go right for like 30% up. But it only takes such a small pullback for Bitcoin to actually retrace that entire move again. So that makes more sense to sit back a little bit, let the market do its thing, pick out the right levels to actually enter your trade, sit back and relax. So yeah, I think it's still just full-on bull run. I believe that yesterday I saw an article that it was 1,000 days of Bitcoin actually in a bull run. Now, it's a funny point, or at least I think it's a funny point, because I always see a bull run only starting when it breaks an all-time high. But if you would take it from that $15,000 level, where everyone was thinking like, oh, now we're going to see 10 and we're going to see 3,000. If you think about it, like for 1,000 days in the uptrend with some pullbacks left and right, it's pretty impressive to see, and I don't think it's done yet. So yeah, quite excited.
No. I wanted to pull up this article. A few of you in the
Aiden Ross
but basically Aiden Ross was up. Was it? Yeah. Aiden Ross is very upset because he sold most of his Ethereum down at like $2,000, and he had very large holdings. So he sold his ETH at $2,300. He would be up 8 figures, and he'd be able to pay off his house. I think he said on stream he bought a like a 20 million house or something like that. So yeah, don't always follow the influencers, guys. And the funny thing was, I know he was holding on to Ethereum for quite a long time as well. So not only did he hold through hold through while it was, you know, pretty stable for a long time, he then sold before the big pump. So maybe we can have a laugh about this, because, you know, he's probably earning 6 figures a day anyway. From
he doesn't need it, but it's a weird one. Because he does fall under the panic category, and if you then think about it, like his audience is massive, and as soon as he would go public with something like that, that only adds towards the panic that he actually causes in the market. And I do think that this is something that that the more experienced people in the crypto industry are more immune for. But if you're new into crypto and you think like, what is Ethereum? I'm going to buy Ethereum because this influencer says it is going to whatever, or he is also in it. And a person like that freaks out and then starts panic selling. They have just a complete chain wiping out, or at least dumping it on the market, because often these types of orders are also not aligned with just a limit sell, but they will actually just market dump, making more and more panic. But yeah,
just sell.
I could think of a couple of ways how he could have prevented it, and that is basically become a member of Crypto Saving Expert. And
there we go.
We could have told
we will touch more on joining the Discord, guys. We will have a look at what's going on in the Discord. I see a lot of members in the audience. We'll just give a shout out to them before we get going and pull up some of Blockpro's charts here as well, guys. We've got Steve here. Howdy, boys. Tell us the story, Blockpro. When movie? When's the Blockpro movie? Next bull run at the end.
Next bull run, yeah.
We've got John Brown here, GM, sir. We've got the mighty Wizard of Vault here as well, GM. Roy, always good to see you. We got Sammy T as well. Good to see you as well. He's saying big up the Blockpro. We've got Justin as well, Mr. Golden Balls here. Even Justin's been has come back to the dark side. He's been trading crypto now as well, which is good to see. And also we've got Mr. Jalapeno, the spicy trader.
Awesome.
You can find his OnlyFans link in the Discord, guys. Only kidding. He's not doing spicy content.
But you do need the VPN to sign up to it.
Yes, yeah. If you're in the UK, we did have a conversation just before off air. Apparently, the Netherlands don't have the same restrictions, guys. So you know, we all know what Blockpro.
You can move your VPN.
Let me just see if I can pull up. That's your screen. Let me see if I can pull mine. We're just, before we go onto yours, we just have a quick look at crypto bubbles today. Also, guys, if you have any altcoins, any suggestions, please whack them into the chat. Let me just pull up crypto bubbles. Here we go. Okay, let's pull us down here. So yeah, pumps not been doing too well today, 10%. I think we'll look at the weekly actually, as we haven't been on stream for a little while here. Cardano has actually been performing really well. I know I'll just pull this up here. So Cardano is up about 20% on the week here. Very, very big play. If you know, in North America, you see a lot of marketing going on over there. Not so much Europe and the rest of the world, but I know North America are really pushing Cardano. I know a few people have traded it, and a few people hold it. It's something that I've got in one of my wallets somewhere. Actually, tell a lie. I believe I sold off a bag not too long ago, so maybe I made the wrong call there. But Blockpro, have you had your eyes on Cardano? Is it something that you've been trading?
Well, I must admit I have it in my watch list. So I have it right over here. I actually was looking at it yesterday during the CZ stream. So on Monday we hold a stream for only the members of Crypto Saving Expert. And in there I also said, like, this still looks ridiculously strong. Is it for me something that I would buy and hold now. No, I think I'm too late with that, just purely based on that we come from like the low 54s. But trading wise, Cardano has always been a lot of smart money goes around in it, and that will also mean it will move in a somewhat more sophisticated way that is actually tradable. So ignore this part, of course, from the 3rd of May. That's just Trump saying bullshit on Twitter, probably. But it does show that there is quite a lot of strength in the market. I think that also Cardano is something that I had last cycle. I had tons of it. And I still think that, especially if you look like at the macro sentiment of a project like Cardano, like it is MiCAR appliance, so it is here to stay, and probably in 10 years it will still be here. So I have quite high hopes for a project like ADA. It is heavily news driven, of course. Because they do have quite a bit of collaborations, of course, with I believe with NASA even. So it's a big one. For me personally, I'm still waiting for it to hit basically my entries, or we can call it a point of interest. But so for now, for me, it's too far gone. Wish I have. I should have been a little bit earlier with it. But you cannot win them all.
We can even see down here as well, we've got Link is also pumping. Normally, if Cardano, Chainlink, it's that kind of North American niche, I find. When they pump, they tend to all pump together. So we're seeing Link is also up 14% on the week there as well. And if there are any Cardano fans in the audience as well, there is a very good influencer I actually met pre-crypto, before any of us were, working in crypto. Met her in Australia, called Lily Brody, and she she's English, but she spends a lot of time in the States, and she does really good Cardano content. She calls herself the Cardano girl. So go check her out on Twitter, guys. Go say that we sent you. But she makes really good Cardano content, so go check her out there. But yeah, also Chainlink doing well here on the weekly. Polygon, a bit of a surprise here. Polygon's kind of trying to come out of the ashes a little bit, only 2.2% up on the month, still down on the year here. But yeah, previously Matic, I think a lot of people in the audience probably did well off this in 2021. Blockpro is nodding his head here. I think he did some good trades on that back in the day. But the layer 2 market right now, I struggle to see the impact that, perhaps there could be some more volume on Polygon Matic, but we're not seeing the growth that they were up to last bull run. You don't really hear too much. So is it something that I would hold long term? Probably something that I would sell on an increase and look to spend elsewhere. Layer 2s, are there any layer 2s that stand out to you, Blockpro? Or I know you're Mr. Layer 0.
Layer 0, of course. No, so if I would basically go over my list of tickers that I really like, and also that I always say, if you want to trade or want to stick with trading crypto mainly, you always end up with your Solana, you end up with Link, you end up with AVAX. Cardano is also one of those tickers, but I think like a project as Link, like it's, in my opinion, it's heavily undervalued. But also a lot of these projects will not go back towards the madness prices that we have seen on 2021, because that was absolutely mental. So I do think that everything that you pick now to invest in is just long term. Just keep it in mind, long term. If you're looking at something and you think like, oh, this project is solving a certain issue, do some research if it is actually solving an issue that is demand for in the market. And also make sure that maybe not for this cycle, maybe for next cycle, We also seen always like mini bull runs, usually at the beginning of the year, and that's also where these OG projects probably will perform pretty decent. So one of the things that I don't look at anymore is basically Matic. Just written that off.
Same here. Yeah,
it's a weird one. So yeah, it depends. Like I said, Link is very high on my list. Layer 0 is very high on my list, and basically all projects that are around Link and Layer 0 are also on the list of interest. So yeah, bit of a fanboy, I guess.
No, yeah, there's a lot of fans for Link. I actually find, especially in Europe, there's more fans of Chainlink than Cardano as such. So yeah, Chainlink is one that I think should make up someone's portfolio. Included in the high caps when you're spreading your risk there.
Yes,
I think it's a good bet. We've even got Monero is up 11% for the week. This can be super volatile, and it's hardly available on any exchanges to trade, just due to the nature of how the blockchain works, the Monero blockchain works. So yeah, this is a hard one to trade. I know TMG likes to have a go at trading it every now and again. But basically, with these other projects, a lot of the volume is derived from market conditions, whether there's the foundation are spending, their marketing, etc. Whereas Monero, it all depends on, if there's a criminal out there that's going to do a big deposit, or it's a different asset really. Is it something that you've kept an eye on, Blockpro, or do you even trade privacy?
No, I don't trade, or at least I have traded some privacy coins in the past, especially when they come out. Then if they hit the exchange, I will try to do something with it. Something like Monero, I think it's absolutely brilliant. It had its shit basically over the last few years, and it's still around. Issue here again for European users, it's not MiCAR compliant, so that means you cannot trade it on any of the big exchanges that actually hold themselves accountable to the rules. So you will also not see it anymore on if you sign up to Bybit or whatever. So if you want to trade it, you also need to be a little bit on the Monero route and be a bit creative with the rules to actually being able to trade it. We had, I think, maybe it was last year, I'm not sure, but there was a hack or someone sold like a fuck ton of it. And I remember that I stepped in with a couple of the traders from Crypto Saving Expert and longed the absolute crap out of it. Everyone did quite well out of that. But yeah, I think that like, in the end, it remains a funny one because like every time things go back to regulation, like MiCAR compliance and just shit like that. Well, the root of crypto is to be decentralized. And you can say like, we don't want USDT, we don't want Monero, but these projects, in my opinion, will only become bigger because they're just simply not wanted and cannot be tracked. So I'm a big fan of it, but it has disappeared off my trading list, sadly enough.
But like you say, because it is difficult to trade. It's you do see some derivatives sometimes. They state that this is replicating the price of Monero. It's not actually the asset itself, etc. And we're seeing more of that. But yeah, Monero 5 billion market cap. I think the privacy narrative will be big. Obviously, Monero is the largest privacy coin. After that, you've got Zcash. I quite like Zcash as well.
Yes.
But I wouldn't be surprised if someone like HSBC was the largest holder of Monero. we all know what they're up to. We've got Math here saying, would love to see shops with Monero accepted here. Signs in the window. Funnily enough, if you go to Thailand, you do actually see a lot of Bitcoin, USDT, Ethereum accepted as well. We got James in the chat as well. Glad you could join us, James. Good to see you. I'm going to give you a nickname though, James. You're going to be called Sud and Spud right now.
Sunspot.
James Studworth. Sud's a cool nickname. I'm calling you that, James. Awesome. Thanks for coming, man. Make sure to slap a like on today's video. Let's go over quickly to the newsletter, and then we're going to dive into the charts with Blockpro.
Yes.
So yeah, Bitcoin's dip has the market eyeing a retest, but have we hit support, or is a further slide on the cards? Let's have a quick look here. Guys, if you're wanting to trade, best place to trade is BLOFIN. You get VIP tier level 1 with our sign up affiliate in the description below. 25k withdrawals a day, no KYC. Do not give exchanges your KYC. So they have verified proof of reserves. Yeah, super user friendly. I've been using BLOFIN for over a year now, guys. Very similar to Bybit. So if you're used to using those, switch over to BLOFIN, because when you do make your millions, you don't want the tax man coming after you guys. Not financial advice and all that jazz. But here we go. Bitcoin resets the board. So Bitcoin has dropped 8% from its all-time high we saw on Thursday of last week, offering the market a chance to reset its position. Should it take it? So here we go. A strong bounce could bring up to 120. We're currently at the testing key area around 115, below 115, and it will likely go down to 110. So we can see here, however, further weakness could see a complete wipeout down towards $111,000, $110,000. What's your take on Bitcoin right now, Blockpro? Without going into your chart, do you think we hold support here at 115 for a few more days, or do you think we see a move in the next 24 hours?
Well, I'm mega short on it, so I have bias. Personally, I want to see it go lower into the 110s. Maybe even a little bit lower than that even. Now, looking at basically how it is going today, it is starting to look a little bit stronger. So for the day traders, you end up with long positions more than the shorts. But we do need to break some important levels to actually start saying, like, again, from we can swing long at it again, or so for today, looking quite positive. Personally, my short triggered at 124.
Brilliant. Right on the money.
I'm fine.
You're chilling.
We will leave it there. I do think that every time that when you hit an all-time high, expect that pullback, because a lot of people, every time we go back towards Twitter, and then it is like, who is selling? Well, you are selling because you also want to take a little bit of profit. That's just how it works. Every time you hit a new all-time high, take some liquidity out of the market, and it will get bought up anyway. So
And have you taken partial profit on that position at all, or are you waiting for lower still?
No, it's just there.
It's a ride or die.
It's a ride or die trade. The stop loss is at break even. I've not taken any profits out. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I will not lose any money over it. It's on max leverage, so that's also quite funny, because that's not something that I tend to do quite often.
No.
But it is on 500x, Mr. Spot. I'm trying to improve here.
So you called the top perfectly though, so can't complain. Guys, let me know in the chat what you're trading as well, and if you're in the Discord, make sure to post your trading ideas and flex your trades in the section as well. But let's pull down to Ethereum, and let's also talk about the Bitcoin Ethereum, Bitcoin dominance right now. If we see Bitcoin drop to 110k, do you think we see the Bitcoin dominance also drop, or maintain, and we see alts also fall there?
Yeah, so that's an interesting one, because I never traded based on Bitcoin dominance. I always traded based on total market caps. Because it's just a little bit easier to read. So if I would look, or at least without becoming too technical about this topic, I want to see Bitcoin fall in a range. I want to see it going sideways. That means that Ethereum can have enough rotation to start pumping. Then when it's time for Ethereum to go sideways, that is actually the moment when your basically your OG altcoins will start picking up again. It's a difficult one. A lot of people say, like, oh, the Bitcoin dominance is very important, but the market is recently over the last year and a half, heavy Bitcoin only. So it becomes a little bit of a false read. So yeah, it's a difficult one.
It's we put here, it can't be ruled out that the lows of 4,155 get taken, but like Bitcoin, there are clear levels for ETH to follow back upwards after it created a step down pattern. If this proves to be just a standard pullback, then the move to an all-time high could originate from here. We'll go over Chainlink because we spoke about Chainlink just now, but the next one is Tron. So Tron is another example of persistent strength, with the price recording 8 straight green weekly candles thus far. This has positioned Tron to begin filling in its huge upside wick left behind in December of last year, when we had the crazy Tron season, if you guys remember. So a drop into the weekly support resistance must hold for it to keep its current momentum, but filling the wick could lead to Tron's rally coming to an end. I can't remember who I was speaking to. I was speaking to someone last week, and they said, have you ever just zoomed out and looked at the Tron chart? And actually, for a layer one, it's one of the best charts you've ever seen, because it is steady growth. Let's see if we can pull it up on your chart, Blockpro. I'll switch over.
Yeah, sure.
And then we can dive into the charts as well. We do have some altcoin suggestions as well in the chat, which I'll go through.
If we zoom a TRX, right?
Yes, yeah. If you zoom out onto like the daily or even monthly,
I freaking love TRX.
Look at that. What a great chart.
I have multiple reasons why I like TRX a lot. It's basically the guys behind it are, of course, just the mega players in crypto. Like just do not mess with CZ or Justin Sun.
He bought a banana for millions of dollars.
Like, if you can do that, then that's fine. Now, the only thing that that worries me slightly with these types of charts is it also gives a little bit of Luna vibes.
We've got Wiz here even saying, because Justin Stone probably owns about 90% of it.
So that is then where it comes towards the point. Like, he is probably a billionaire. Like he is a billionaire. I don't know if he's a trillionaire, but he is a billionaire. Then the question comes, like, is this someone that is just greedy or wants to have just a crypto project that's out there for forever? Because always, if I make a transfer, it's based on TRX. Always. It's cheap, it's fast. So I like it. Trading wise, I think it's terrible. And the reason for that is I do think, and no financial advice, I think this will become a stablecoin at some point. It will hit $1 and it will just stay at $1.
It makes sense, bearing in mind that most of the volume on the network is stablecoins. So that would make sense for it to become a stablecoin itself. We've got the quant here saying Tron is literal vaporware. It's just held up by its own money. There is like billions of dollars in stablecoins he has too.
Yeah, so I do think it has its risk, basically. But yeah, it's I think it's a nice project, especially like I think it was pretty much 2020 when it first came on my radar. Sadly enough, I sold everything that I had at the end of the bull run last cycle. Should just hold, basically. But that's what I see with some of these projects, but you cannot time it perfect. So
we've got the quants here saying nobody uses TRX. Let's be real. I will actually counter that. India, Turkey, Blockpro uses it. But it's very, very big in remittance payments around the world. Obviously, it's the second most popular blockchain for stablecoins after Ethereum. So there are actually a lot of users, perhaps in the UK not so much, but and Western Europe, but Turkey, India, a lot of places in Africa and Asia in general, they use a lot of they use the TRX blockchain a lot for stablecoins, basically.
Yeah, and on top of that, it is also MiCAR compliant. So you if you work in crypto from Europe, this will basically, like, your choices will become less and less and less in what you can use to actually send. So something like TRX, you can say no one is using it, but try to use it. Maybe you like it. It saves a lot on if you send like fuck it money over and you pay $1 to send fuck it money over. That's fine. If I need to wait and pay like whatever fees on Ethereum or Bitcoin even, then it takes 3 hours to arrive. That is where Tron basically comes in.
Quant's also saying, I can't wait to short a lot of these altcoins, so much downside potential. The best place to be shorting altcoins is in the Discord, guys. We have a lot of shorters. I'm a perma bull, but we have a lot of savvy traders in the Discord, and a lot of them prefer the shorts and the longs as well. So come join the Discord, and you'll find your groove.
Shorts are just way faster than the long positions. Like for long positions, you need to be patient. With shorts, it can be done in 1 day, basically. So let's take a look here towards Bitcoin. Again, I'm not the type that's going to yell Bitcoin to 500,000 because I don't think it will do, and we're not there. So as long as it's not on my screen, we're not talking about it, basically. So if I look from a weekly perspective, well, fucking hell, that's what you call big ass positive chart. Now, what is important is we have here a level at 111,943. So let me zoom in a little bit. And what we have done is spent this morning quite some time on preparing this chart. And what you can see is we actually have formed a high. And if you want to break that one, that also means that you're going to search up liquidity even lower. So that will be basically the momentum where a lot of people will be waiting for to enter long positions. I personally think that will be exactly at $110,232.50. So that is something, if you get into a pullback area where you at least need to keep your eyes on the chart, maybe set in some orders so that you don't need to watch it 24/7. If I look towards the 4 hour, what I think it's actually kind of nice now still is I've set here a nice tiny red line. Basically, if we break that red line, and now also it is hanging with the weekly support, then you will go lower. As long as we don't have a full candle closure below that, we will not go lower. It's simple as that. Now, there is a chance that, let's say, something goes horribly wrong in the world and one giant candle gets pulled towards the downside and it closes 4 hours after that. Then you miss that entire range. Is what it is. You wait on to the next one. So for this to get back into bullish momentum, we need to basically break that entire range. And it looks quite simple from here, where you just go from your highs to your lows, your lower highs, your lower lows. And then from here, we actually want to break this point. So that means we need to gain towards our green line at $117,022. From that point, we can start attacking that $190,569 again. Now, the other option is that we actually just keep ranging over here and that we basically do absolutely nothing. That's something that I prefer because that would mean that we at least get some rotation into other projects. So Bitcoin wise, it still remains an interesting one because this is just a very aggressive uptrend. I've stopped looking at CME gaps because no one gives a shit about it anyway, because there's still CME gap at $310 Bitcoin. Let's short it to there. It will never happen. So in perspective of Bitcoin, I think a pullback will basically mean that you go towards that 110. To recover is, we do need to go above 119,500, and we need a full candle closure above that to actually be very positive.
And let's not forget, we have the FOMC meeting tomorrow, and then we have Jerome Powell speaking on Friday as well. I'll just pull up the calendar for everyone to see quickly, and then I'll head back to the chart. But yeah, we've got the FOMC meeting tomorrow. That's 6 p.m. UTC, so that would be 7 p.m. BST. So make sure you're looking at the charts at those times, keeping an eye on your open trades, guys. S&P Global Manufacturing PMI on Thursday. And the global services also on Thursday, and then the Jerome Powell speech on Friday at 2 p.m. guys. So yeah, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell delivers a speech on the U.S. economic outlook and framework review at the 2025 Jackson Hole Economic Symposium in Wyoming. So yeah, it's quite an eventful week. How do you think this will play out with Bitcoin, or do you think it will have less of an impact, Blockpro? And
I honestly think it doesn't have any impact.
Yeah.
So it was the same with last week with Putin and Trump.
Everyone is expecting a lot of volatility then, yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking from if they come to a no deal agreement, market will probably dump on Monday, and crypto will be fucked first because that's just trading 24/7, of course.
Yeah.
But it didn't impact it at all, like anything. I do think that a lot of people are now waiting for the announcement of the rate cut in the US. And I honestly believe that will be a sell the news event. I don't think that it will change a lot in the form of, oh, now we're going to start pumping, because one single event is not going to change the sentiment of that market.
No.
So, yeah, I think that news events do not just stopped impacting the market quite a bit, or I got immune for it. That's also.
Do you think this is because of the size of the market currently? You know, we're over double the size we were perhaps at the start of the year as such. Do you think it's just harder to have that impact, or people just aren't paying as much attention?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, because I think that the people that actually make the news events happen also have like the biggest bags in Ethereum. Like I joked about it in the Discord. Like, yeah, Putin and Trump were just sitting in a car discussing their Ethereum bags. Like that, it cannot be any more than that. Have you sold already? No, not yet.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to announce the rate cuts. But everything in this market is structured. Everything has a plan. For us as traders, it's to find out what the direction and plan will be. The news is there to just throw a lot of chaos in the market to make sure to people get stuck into positions that they hoped they would make money on. So I think that in the form of the crypto market as a whole, yes, it is very much news driven. But I also think that if we would look and isolate it only towards Bitcoin, I think that Bitcoin has become too mature to actually still be influenced about.
And this is the stage that we were looking for. We're looking for this maturity with Bitcoin.
Yes.
This will, hopefully welcome in the people that have, in the past said, "Oh, Bitcoin's too volatile, it's too risky." We need the asset to mature, and then you build off on top of that. You're still going to have the risky assets, guys. Don't worry. There's still going to be altcoins below that you can degen in, and meme coins, etc. But for the greater good of the ecosystem, we need Bitcoin to mature. We need it to be more institutional friendly. I say institutional friendly. The institutions have been absolutely taking control of it over the last few years. But when we see it on more of a mass scale, that's when Bitcoin will mature, and other altcoin, it will give strength to other altcoins, high caps, mid caps, all of that. It all rolls into one. We've got Borges here saying, I think rate cuts are being priced in, ready to sell. Yeah, exactly how Blockpro mentioned it then as well. DYR saying when rate cuts, and Wisdom saying only trade I'm doing for the war is I have been accumulating stocks of concrete companies. Wiz is crazy with his analysis, guys. He goes deep down the rabbit hole and he finds some gems, and he unleashes those gems in the Discord, guys. So come join us there, and I'll have Wizard on at some point this week on a stream as well, guys. He's a kooky trader. He finds the alpha that everyone else leaves uncovered. So he's a great guy to have in the community. But what have we got here on the chart? We got ETH up.
Yeah, we have ETH up. So for the war, for example, if guys like that come towards like a deal agreement, I was actually looking in starting shorting some German arms stock. Because I thought like demand will fall away quite fast, will be shock, maybe easy payday, but sadly enough it was just no deal, so nothing changed. But it's the same as when the entire shit show started with Ukraine. Bought back then a shit ton of grain, so grain stocks. That was amazing. So try to play these markets basically with a bit more than only what you get told on the news. Especially if you like to have a little bit of a risky mindset toward things, and try.
I think everyone listening in right now has that mindset. Everyone listening in right now, they're not in crypto because they play it safe. So yeah, shout out, hats off to everyone here, the pioneers of our time.
So we have here Ethereum. Ethereum, you piece of shit. So what we have done is when it dumped towards like $1,600, then first of all, my inbox then gets like it floods over with questions. Do I need to sell? Do I need to do that? Well, first of all, I'm not allowed to say that if you need to sell or need to buy. But what we have done with the help of some technical analysis and looking at the bigger sentiment is to say it cannot be done here. If it breaks even lower, you will end up with a non-existing crypto market. You would literally only have Bitcoin. So the long position to be taken was basically here from 1600 all the way back up towards an all-time high. And this is also what I mean with you will not, when this was prepared, you will not have the time to enter in that long position. It's just not there because you are buying in pure panic mode. Everyone is panicking. You go to Twitter and then it is who the fuck is dumping their Ethereum, and we go, ha, buy. And that's how you should play it. I think that in the form of, again, that all-time high. I have not reached it, have not broken it. I will stay away now today from the story between Ethereum and Bitcoin or crypto assets in different fiat pairs, because then everything looks a little bit shit. If we stick towards the dollar, we're not close towards an all-time high. Sure. So it has to do with inflation, of course. Dollar losing its value quite a bit. Chart-wise, looks freaking great from here. So again, we are all looking towards breaking that all-time high from 2021. And I basically think it is a good possibility, but we do need a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a cool-off period before we go on towards the next part. So if I go towards the 4-hour, this again is just a very nice clear downtrend. This is starting to take out some heavy liquidity areas, also some consolidation ranges. So what I personally think, and also where I'm probably will dabble with, is to actually start considering a long around the 4,000 or everything below 4,000, if I can de-risk it in a reasonable way. I'm not shorting it because I don't think it's done. So in the form of how this structure is being set up, yes, it is technically a downtrend. You can see it every time that you're in a doubt or you cannot spot your lows and your highs. Just put the chart on a line, and you can just okay, we go from a high towards low, low, and so on. So you can also spot quite simple what you need to break to become, or at least to go into a trend reversal again. So in this case, I think that probably this week we will get faked out. And that means that the market makers will look like we're going to pump again, but then probably pull back. The reason why I say that is, let's go back towards the normal candlestick chart. I'm missing a liquidation here. Like, and that this is something that is still fresh in my mind from last cycle. Is we went so fast, so high, and then one day we had like 40% pullback. Just wrecked everyone. So I've seen some articles with saying like, oh, today Ethereum liquidated 400 million. That's nothing. That's not enough.
Yeah.
We need to go in, basically.
Need more.
So I'm waiting still for it to pull a little bit back. So in the form of levels, everything is done again on the weekly. Well, to go towards your all-time high, of course, you need to break 4,789 and 69 cents. From there, it starts to get pretty exciting. So, let me go back towards the weekly, then I can show you that, and I also will leave the info in how to do that behind. It's not a Fibonacci retracement tool, by the way. It's calculated moves. So I think that pretty much if we start breaking an all-time high, that we will end up at 5,415. That will probably be institutionalized, and after that retail can take over towards like maybe 5.56. I think that will be basically it. So we are close towards those points, of course, towards those targets. I think it looks still quite good. I was very happy with my own long positions. In the form of where do we pull back? Well, we have 4,163.55. That is this area right here. Below that, we have a nice fat ass liquidity area. So let's tap that one, get some stops on the belt, because all the stop losses are here. Get them ready. Start sending it again.
Then it's back up again,
So that is something that I'm looking for. If we manage to actually, because you can also see it here with quite a bit of fair value gaps, not looked into them in too much detail. But what you can do is every time that you see a nice and perfect uptrend. So, and how can you spot a nice perfect uptrend? As soon as you can fit a trend line under it, and you go, oh, it respects that trend line. So this is not the most perfect example. You can just say, very simple, stop losses are here, stop losses are there, stop losses are there, stop losses are there. So also for an area like this, a lot of people wait for the break of a support or a resistance, wait for the retest, and then start logging the absolute shit out of it. That's fine. But that also means that their stop losses are all over here. People always place stop losses below the latest low or above the latest high if they're shorting, of course. So it only makes sense to actually start taking out those areas one by one. Now, I do think that because we're still bullish on the higher time frames, so not even 4 hour, but basically weekly, daily, that there's still a lot of potential towards the upside. But you do need to scare the guys like Aiden Ross out of their positions. So I think still looks quite bullish. If I would go towards today, for example, little bit of a recovery, fulfilled the backtest here on the top side. So we see here a breakoff point, retested that same area. Probably here towards the downside can be next. If we start trending up, for that we need to break the latest high. That's over here at 4,301 and 83 cents. Then we go and target the next market structure in this area right here. Then we're back into the liquidity area, and that's at 4,344 and 59-ish. So that is also important to understand, especially for new traders. The higher an asset becomes, especially if they hit price discovery, the more difficult it will become to trade it. So sometimes it's even better to just wait for price to develop a little bit of market structure before entering that market again. I got my target set for ETH. I'm not looking to short Ethereum yet, because I do think that it needs to pull a candle to create structure. because
You're waiting for the opportunity. You're waiting for the candle to push up, and then you'll take the short position there, back down to around the 4,000 region. Did you say?
Yeah, I think that might be something to keep in mind, at least. And everything below the fours, I will be looking into taking a long again. But from that point, you actually want to swing trade it. These types of markets, often leverage is not even needed.
No,
because the moves are quite aggressive. So yeah, but from that point, we do need to go towards an all-time high. So it's a nice one.
Now let's talk about Solana if possible. I've got an open trade. I'll just pull it up open. I've got to hold my hands up here, guys. My risk management was terrible here. So my original entry was 165, and this position was about $4,000, maybe even $5,000 in profit at one point. So I should have taken the profit. I was aiming for 216, 220. I was looking to make the big bucks on this one. And I was quite comfortable with where it was. Unfortunately, I added more at around 195 when it dipped below 200, hoping it would go back over. Should have taken the profit on there, and now my average entry is around 177. So currently still in the green, but I'm thinking of taking some weight off of this position just in case it does go lower, because my liquidation right now is around just below 170, which I'm not too comfortable with, being honest. So my take, and I'll ask Blockpro his opinion here as well, is I'll probably take some weight off of this, give some more margin back, and then my liquidation will be low and should be safe to kind of hold open and withstand any downside. But yeah, it's a lesson learned. Should have taken the profit when I had it, guys. This was a $4,000 or $5,000 P&L right now. Still $600 isn't bad, is it? But not quite as nice as could have got another jet ski.
Yeah,
I'll just come back to your chart, Block, bro.
It's sadly enough part of trading. Like sometimes you just don't take the trade. There's also the style of trading, of course. If you're margin trading based on liquidation, it is just a lot more stressful than sticking with certain risk management skills or rules. Sorry, but it requires a lot of still a lot of skill and also chart watching to actually make the right call to close a trade like that, because the profits will go very fast if it goes right. But as soon as it starts to pull back, you're just looking at it and say, "Fucking hell! What have I done? What
did I do wrong?"
That could have been a nice payday. So looking based, I will not go too far on basically your entry, because you can already see it on where my chart is basically hanging at the moment. There is a big liquidity zone around support and resistance, and that's at $173.11. Nice thing of that is actually that is also the start of the impulse. Now, because it is that start of the impulse, complete retracement back towards that area with a potential liquidation before you actually start gaining again is quite high. So for now, it's actually hanging in no man's land on the 15 minutes. On the 4 hour, it's sadly enough also hanging in no man's land, because you do want to break 191 to start gaining upwards momentum. To finish this entire move towards the upside, you want to revisit the area around 173. So still, again, like in the mind of the wonderful worlds of crypto, on the weekly, it does look still kind of healthy. Based on that, I just look at weekly closures. Where did we close? Where did we open? And as long as we stick basically around, let me change the color of that one. Let's make it orange here on the screen, 173.11. That is basically where you want to have your next weekly closure to also hold that level up. If you start trading below it, then you probably will fall down back.
We shoot down to 150 pretty soon.
Yeah, then you have like the route to 155 is open. And that will be devastating for a lot of Solana holders. So it remains a difficult one, especially with just especially with the nature of the market at the moment. It's
Yeah.
projects like this, it's just make it or break it. It can go very fast into the right direction, but the chance that it will pull back. So every time that Bitcoin makes like 1 or 2% pullback, this thing will just dump with
Yeah.
like 5 till 10%. So
Mhm.
time it right. But still quite bullish on it. I think it will go back towards an all-time high. But for that, we do want to see the finish with the rotation from Ethereum at least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're completely right. Ethereum needs to have its day in the sun. Before we, it's the natural flow, isn't it? It's going to go from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and then you're going to see it pour into Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, all of these in the top 10, and it's a natural waterfall. We're seeing the trickles come over from the top in the last few weeks, but soon, it will be a waterfall, is what we're hoping, especially if you're an altcoin trader.
Yeah, it is. Also keep in mind that trading altcoins is always just very difficult. They're mega volatile. So as a trader, you want a volatile asset, but you will also want something that makes sense to trade. Because otherwise you're just not going to stick it out for a very long time. But so far,
where is the best place to confirm your trading ideas, Blockpro, and learn from the best as well?
Yeah,
it's the CSE Discord.
It's the CSE Discord. Yeah. So give a little bit of an explanation about it. So what do I do at CSE? Well, I educate traders, or I educate people that want to learn how to trade. I have multiple proven systems, and I have also by now, we have done a lot of people, a lot of clients that are on their own able to trade. Stop blowing up accounts, learn about how to do technical analysis. In the end, if you want to learn what is support and resistance, then just go to the Crypto Saving Expert website, start learning there. But let's say you are trying to trade and it is not going how you want it, sign up, make an appointment, and we're just going over from what are the issues, how can we solve it, what do you want to trade, are you stressed? Well, dude, you're just over risk, like you take too much risk. You cannot sleep? Well, dude, you need to close your positions before you go to bed. And sometimes it really helps to discuss that with people that are experienced in the space. I think when it comes towards mentorships and coaching programs, it's very difficult to actually find people that are actually trading it. And that's the case what you will see with, or at least that's what you will see with Crypto Saving Expert. The people that went through the coaching program or through the mentorship program are also the people that are posting this ridiculous stickers with their profits. We do lose from time to time, but that's the cool thing here. If we lose with like little to nothing, not high stakes traders, but ridiculous amounts of returns, small losses. They say like sometimes they throw out there like, are you profitable? Are you not profitable? And then people can basically say like, oh yeah, I'm running into this issue, and we can always solve that. So on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you can find me in the Discord for live education sessions. So we're going to look at the market. What can we expect this week? And we're covering it all. We're covering crypto. We're covering gold. We're covering crude, for example. Also some forex pairs from time to time. On the Tuesday, we basically discuss. Like I always ask, like, are there specific topics that people have issues with this week? Where can I help you with? If not, then I'm just going to pick something, and then that will be the topic. And then on Wednesday, they always have the degenerates like Mr. Wizard of Alt that then come like, oh, I found this little obscure altcoin. Let's do something.
He's good at finding those gems.
Yeah. So I think it's a very good space to be in. You can learn a lot from it, and especially as a trader, it can be quite lonely. So it is important to surround yourself with like-minded people, and that is what you will find at Crypto Saving.
It's come join the Wolfpack, guys. If you've got more eyes looking out at the prize, you're more likely to either stay safe or get that big prize as well. So for me, community was top priority when I went full time into crypto. Without a community, it's hard to make it. You're stronger together, and we've got an amazing community here, guys. Also, we've got if you join today as well, Blockpro session will actually be available for community members, so for all members, not just premium members today as well. So come join there. We have the AMAs with that Martini guy every Thursday, 1 o'clock as well. So if you've ever tried contacting that Martini guy, you won't get response. In the Discord, he's even got his own section where he's doing his 10k to 1 million challenge, and you can ask him questions directly. Come over to our AMAs as well. So yeah, guys, come check it out. We do have a discount right now for community. It's in the description below. BTC80 or CSE80 will give you 80% discount if you go on the community monthly plan there as well. So go check it out. And I cannot stress enough the one-to-ones with Blockpro. Most of the traders you see here in the Flex Trade section, they've all had tuition from Blockpro. I know we've got George Jalapeno there. He swears by Blockpro's method. We've got Wizardabolt as well, and Justin, some great traders here. Zane also smashing it, guys.
There are all guys.
So come join the Discord
from the mentorship program. So that's
there you go.
Absolutely amazing to see.
Yeah, some really good trades, and just a great bunch. We have a good time, and yeah, come over and join. We've got some altcoins coming as well, some altcoins brewing, and the 10k to 1 million challenge. Team G he's moving house over in Dubai the last day or two, but he will be active from tomorrow and going gun-ho on the challenge there, guys. So yeah, that's all we have time for today. Please slap a like on today's video. We've had over 1,174 viewers combined over Twitter and YouTube, so really good day for us. Really appreciate it. Blockpro, always lovely hearing your alpha. Always love your takes, and if people can replicate what you see with the charts, they learn a skill for life as well. So come join the Discord, come get those tuition with Blockpro, and if you're looking for Web3 career advice, I also do the one-to-one tuition there, guys. So come join. Honestly, the Discord is where it's popping. I expect it to be a fun few months ahead of us now, even with some downside. We'll make sure we capitalize on the downside as well. Blockpro is a wizard at shorting. So either way, if the market's going up or down, we stay up, guys. So come join the Discord, slap a like on today's video, and I will see you all tomorrow, guys. Blockpro, thank you very much for joining. Let's go.
Thanks for having me, sir. Have a good one. Bye-bye.